Hi again. So, as I've said, this video I'll just be talking about my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions. Yes. So, and let me actually answer something. So many people ask me why I decided to name myself the sacred sex goddess. One, because I have a very high sexual energy, which was suppressed for a very long time, and no matter how I suppressed it, it still found ways to come out and found ways to be expressed, and not in healthy ways. It was unhealthy ways. Yeah, I expressed my sexual side in unhealthy ways. So yes, I have a very high sexual energy, um, creative energy, and I am getting to see that now. Two, I do believe that sex ought to be sacred. I've tried the casual sex, but then I did that because of insecurities. I had a very low self-esteem, self-worth, and I just attached to any man who even thought of saying how beautiful I am. I've talked of all that in my videos, which I will release soon. So yeah, um, I I actually believe that sex ought to be sacred. Um, and okay, that's the reason I want to dive deep into tantra, but also tantric sex, because tantra is not all about sex. Tantra is a whole field of raising your consciousness, but I want to also study everything about tantric sex. Yes, so that's the second reason. But actually, when I named myself, okay, the third reason is because I see myself as a goddess. Yeah, so sacred because I believe sex ought to be sacred. Sex because I have a very I have a very high sexual drive. So when I thought of what do I want to be, I want to be a sex goddess. And that because I see myself as a goddess. Yes. So, yeah. So that's why. However, when I came up with that name, it's just a name that popped in my mind. Then it just popped in my mind. It's not like it wasn't intentional then. It popped in my mind and I was like, why not? But that time I was starting to learn more about sexuality and femininity. So I was on that path and I was like, why not? But the more I embraced the name, the more it just started becoming me. And I started seeing why it even popped in my mind. Yeah. So again, I've said I'm just talking about my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings. So I actually wanted to talk about femininity and masculinity, that divine femininity and masculinity, because I hear people saying about it, but I'm starting to see a glimpse of it. Because let's go to masculinity. I feel like, yes, men were in power, but they were more of dominating, not really ruling put it? Let's just say they were more of dominating other people. Okay, it's more like I hope you get what I mean. Like, I believe a leader is not someone who dominates. There's just can't find the words, but I feel like then we were just seeing still the shadow aspects of masculinity. And then society decided, oh, that was too much, so what did we do? We swung that pendulum to passive men who have been stripped of their masculinity. And I'm just here stating my observation. It's not really complaining or judging, I'm just stating my observations. Yeah. Then I feel like femininity, that energy is diminishing. Of course, it won't go to zero, but it's really diminishing because, see, when we have passive men, women decide to guard themselves in their own masculine energy to keep themselves safe. So that diminishes feminine energy. Because in my mind, I kind of have this picture where masculine, feminine, masculine to safeguard the feminine, feminine to nurture, love the masculine. And it's just like a dance, you know, it's this beautiful dance. This energy is just dancing, you know, yin and yang. It's just beautiful dance. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And then there's this notion that that's why I even decided, for me, sex will be sacred. I'm not doing that casual sex anymore. Because why was I even doing it? Insecurities. It's not like I was there saying, oh, I'm liberated. It was more of insecurities. I just wanted to attach to any man who thought I was beautiful. Yeah. So, by the way, that's a question. Is there someone who truly believes, a woman, that casual sex is a form of liberation? Is there someone who feels that way? I'd like to know. Because for me now, from an experience point of view, mine was insecurities. It had nothing to do with liberation. Maybe that's the story I was telling myself, but it was more of insecurities. Yeah. But then let's go to this notion of women losing their value. I kind of feel most people don't know what sex is all about. See, I kind of feel that now that's where I get confused. See, when we talk about sex, there's the masculine, the feminine. So the woman, the feminine, the man, the masculine. The woman, the receiver, then the man, the giver. So if the man is giving his energies. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's why things like porn exist and casual sex. It's to keep the man weak, because every time you're giving your energy, you're not even left with any energy to conquer the world. And by the way, men are made from hardships. It's like you're forged in the fires of hell. Yeah, so if you do not have the energy to create something for you, then you'll be in a vicious cycle where you'll escape your depression, your hopelessness, by engaging into casual sex, hence losing more power, hence keeping you in that cycle. But then the woman, she receives. Now the problem is the man who you're having sex with. Yes, let me do this in the next video.